Tonight we're going to be speaking about. This morning we first of all started with the explaining different parts of the tefillah, right? And in the afternoons, hopefully we'll go through the different type of mitzvot, right? So in the morning we'll do a little bit of the tefillah, and in the afternoon a little bit about the mitzvot, following the book of the Rambam, Maimonides, 613 mitzvot, or at least some of the mitzvot that are very practical to us, right? Because with the 1613 mitzvot, we don't have all the, we can't do all the mitzvot, right? Even especially if you're Israel, all the mitzvot that are related to Kohanim, you can do. Mitzvot that are outside of Eretz Israel, you can do. Mitzvot that are related to Leviim, you know. So whatever is left, we'll try to say a few words. So the first mitzvah that's brought down in the 613 mitzvot of the Rambam is to believe in one God. Now, to believe in God has many different definitions, and there's Maimonides says, Yesod HaYesodot ve'amud HaChochmot, the basis of everything is to know that there is only one true God, and that He creates everything with His simple will. It's very interesting lashon that is used is retzono apashut. Ma ze retzono apashut? That God creates everything with His retzono apashut. How do you translate retzono apashut? So let me translate it word per word. Retzono means His will. Pashut means simple. His simple wishes. No. So it's as follows. Ratzon, first of all, is when you want something, right? So why do we want certain things? Why do we desire certain things? Why do we desire, let's say, I don't know, money or objects, property, to do a mitzvah, even good things, right? Anything that you want to do. Why do we desire? So there's many things why, right? If you really want to see what is the definition of ratzon pashut, of a simple desire, look at a kid, right? Because as adults, we are clouded with different reasons why we want something, right? We want something because it makes us feel good. We want something because it tastes good. We want something because it gives us power. It gives us kavod. It gives us whatever it is. We have different. So when you say simple, means that God's is not, it doesn't, is zelo murkav. Nothing influences God why He created something, why He created the world, for example. So when we say God created is the world with His free will, if you want, or in His simple desire, meaning that there's nothing that influences God on making a decision of creating something. Nothing influences. God is not like us, that we are clouded by different emotions and different things, and it affects the way we think, it affects the way. God is simple in a sense that nothing influences. He's independent. Pure. Pashut. And also nothing on the outside influences to do something, right? There's not outside influences. God doesn't have an agenda, or maybe at least He has. It doesn't have that kind of an agenda, the way we define as an agenda. And also, He's not influenced. He has no exterior influences. Nobody can influence what He decides. Eved Piv. So why am I saying all this? Because this is all part of believing in Hashem. Because all the time we think, I believe in God, is that, what does it mean to believe in Hashem? When we say you have a mitzvah to believe in Hashem. What does that mean? To believe what? That God exists? You don't need belief for that. Simple sense, common sense. There are many books in Judaism and lahavdil outside of Judaism that could rationalize the existence of God without believing in God, with real rationale, with certain structure of thinking, like the Greeks did, like Kant and the many people that came after that, right? So the Torah also has a system like that. But to believe in God takes a lot more than just believing that He exists. Believing in God is believing in what the examples I just gave. Believing that there's nothing that he influences him, that he has no hidden agenda, that he has no body like we do, he doesn't think like us. All of these definitions, which in Jewish philosophy, at least Maimonides and even generations before Maimonides, spoke about defining God by what he is not. What we call yedi'at shlila. Yedi'at shlila, how do you know what God is? By defining what he is not. He doesn't have a body. He's not spiritual. God is not spiritual, by the way. Because if we say he's spiritual, then we're already defining him and we're, limiting him. The moment we start defining, it's not him anymore, right? So we can't start defining in a positive way, but in a negative, what he is not. And therefore, this is all part of the mitzvah and believing in one of Hashem, as Hashem expresses it also in the Ten Commandments. Anochi Hashem Elokecha. It says that the word Anochi hints on two things. The Aleph, right? The letters. The Aleph hints on Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, right? Which is God being who He is. Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh. I am who I am. And then the last letter is Yud, which is the Shem Havaya, the tetragram, right? The name, the Shem Havaya. And then in the middle letters is Ken. Ken meaning yes, that everything is true and so forth. And therefore, that's the opening of all of the commandments, is Anochi Hashem Elokecha, which is the first commandment. And not only believing in God, that God exists, but also knowing that God exists is through our rationale, through understanding and so forth. And also believing in the definition of what God is, not only as it is existence, but the way He exists and His perfection.